Good morning and welcome to this LAINOX video tutorial. Thank you for choosing Oracle XS as your accelerated cooking solution. If you're watching this video, it's because you want to discover how to make the most of your new Oracle XS. Let's start with this video tutorial and turn on our Oracle. By pressing directly on Oracle's display, we can access its screen. We can now see the two working modes of Oracle, high-speed oven and combi wave. At any time of the day, we can switch between the two working modes to ensure maximum flexibility throughout the day. To turn on the Oracle's display, we just need to touch the screen. At this point, we will see the two icons indicating the two different working modes of Oracle, high-speed oven and combi wave. Throughout the day, Oracle gives me the flexibility to switch between the two working modes at any time. To access one of the two working modes and start our service, we just need to touch one of the icons, for example, combi wave. Entering combi wave mode brings up our homepage. As we can see, there are various icons like those on our mobile phone or computer. At the top, we will find the icons for manual convection cooking, microwave, and combination. Next, we will have all the recipes. These are MCS recipes created and tested by Chef LAINOX. Or they can be personal recipes that I can create directly within my Oracle. Next, we can find folders where we can organize all my recipes according to my needs. On the right side of the display, we find the section for manual cooking, settings, creating new recipes, or modifying existing ones, and the connection to our Naboo Plus cloud. The Oracle display is fully customizable, much like your mobile phone. To modify our display and thus add or change recipes, we simply hold down a recipe and move it to the left or right of our display. This way, you can also move a recipe from one page to another on our display. It's also possible to create folders. To create a folder, simply hold down a recipe and drag it to the plus icon that appears below. Oracle will automatically create a new folder called New Folder 1. You can now rename this folder, close it, and by taking other recipes and dragging them directly onto the newly created folder, you can add as many recipes as you like to this folder. You can also delete a recipe from our display. To do this, simply hold down your recipe. A small X will appear above the icon. Pressing this X will delete the recipe, allowing you to customize your display as you wish. The combi wave mode allows us to achieve maximum flexibility during the mise en place. This mode works thanks to three technologies: convection, microwave, and combined. The combi wave mode, therefore, allows me to work solely with convection from 30 to 280 degrees, solely with microwave, or by combining convection and microwave to achieve even more speed during my preparations. The high-speed oven mode allows me to achieve maximum speed during service. In this mode, we can cook using convection up to 200 degrees, microwaves, or impingement. The impingement involves forced air coming from the top of the Oracle chamber, which allows us to brown or gratinate our product. To use manual cooking during the bi-wave mode, I just need to press one of the three icons indicating manual cooking, such as convection. At this point, a screen will open where I can set some parameters, such as the temperature from 30 to 280 degrees, the ventilation, and finally the time. At this point, I just need to open Oracle, insert my product, close the Oracle door, and the cooking will start automatically. To end cooking, I just need to press the stop message that will appear on the screen. Once cooking is finished, without me stopping it manually, a pop-up will appear on my Oracle screen indicating to remove the product. To exit the screen, I just need to press the back arrow. It is possible to use Oracle in microwave-only mode. Let's press the icon indicating the microwave. At this point, I can set the time and then adjust the internal temperature of the chamber from 30 to 300 degrees, the amount of microwave I want to use, the ventilation, and finally the time for my recipe. At this point, I can open my Oracle chamber, insert my product, close it, and the recipe will start automatically. If I want to end a recipe in progress, I just need to press the stop icon on my screen or wait for the cooking time to end. At this point, Oracle will notify me that it's time to remove my product. To start cooking a recipe, whether it's a personal recipe or an MCS recipe from LAINOX, I just need to press its icon. Automatically, it will then start with the preheat. Within the recipe, I can also check how my product will be cooked. In this case, for example, we have two phases in combination with two different working temperatures. The first phase at 180 and the second at 190 the times, the amount of microwave and the amount of ventilation. When Oracle finishes preheating, it notifies me that I can insert my product. At this point, I just need to open the Oracle door, insert my product, close it, and the cooking will start automatically. Once the cooking time is finished, Oracle will notify me that it's necessary to remove the product. To return to the main screen, I just need to press the back arrow. Oracle allows me to easily switch from the bi-wave mode, as we're using now, to the high-speed oven mode. To do this, I just need to press the power off button. Oracle will cool down and turn off. At this point, by turning the screen back on, I can switch to high-speed oven mode. In this mode, Oracle automatically starts preheating, which can be standard at 280 degrees or at the preheating temperature I prefer. During the entire working time, Oracle will maintain this preheating temperature for my service. When using an Oracle host, we can work with two different types of recipes. When working in bi-wave mode, we will have recipes called MCS Microwave Cooking System. When working in high-speed oven mode, we will find FCS Fast Cooking System recipes. Both types of recipes are tested by Chef LAINOX on basic products. We may then have the flexibility to modify these recipes based on my specific product. When entering high-speed oven mode, after preheating, I will find my display. At this point, I can modify my display as I like. There will be some recipes already present on the display that I can delete simply by holding down a recipe. An X will appear above the icon. If I press this X, I will delete the recipe, or again by simply holding down a recipe, I can move it from one part of the display to another. This allows me the flexibility to organize my display as I like, either with LAINOX's FCS recipes or with my own personal recipes. Furthermore, within the high-speed oven mode, I have the option to organize my recipes into folders. To do this, I simply need to hold down a recipe. A plus will appear at the bottom of the display screen. Drag the recipe to this plus and automatically Oracle will create a folder called, in this case, New Folder 1. From here, I can go and modify the name of the folder. At this point, by selecting another recipe and dragging it into the folder, it will automatically appear in the new folder I created. To delete a folder, I hold down one of the recipes inside the folder. I press the X that will appear above the icon. To start cooking, simply press the icon for my recipe. At this point, my recipe opens up. I will just need to open my Oracle, insert my product, and close it. And the recipe will start automatically. To end the recipe, I just need to press the stop that will appear on the display or let the time run out. In this case, it will be Oracle that will notify me to remove the product. To exit the recipe screen, I just need to press the back icon. It is possible to use Oracle with the predefined recipes available within Oracle or by creating personal recipes. To do this, I just need to press the icon of the hat with the plus sign. At this point, a screen will open up showing two different icons. The first icon is the chef's hat with a plus. The second icon is the chef's hat with a pencil. If I want to create a recipe, I will press the first icon with the plus. At this point, I can set all the various parameters for my recipe, such as the time, the microwave power, and the amount of impingement. It is possible to create recipes with multiple cooking stages. To do this, I just need to press the plus at the top right. Oracle will now ask me if I am sure I want to add a new stage. I press OK, and I just need to modify the parameters of my second stage like time, microwave, and ventilation. Within the plus section on my display, I can add preset commands. In this case, for example, I can add a command in the first cooking stage. This command will appear as soon as the recipe starts. I can have standard commands like stir, cover, or add, or I can write my own personal command. Going back, I return to the recipe creation. To save a recipe, I press Save. I proceed to enter the name of my recipe. And enter the icon of the recipe. This icon can be inserted using an image gallery or a USB stick, which allows me to insert my own personal images. Going back, I can see the different stages I have created. So the two stages that I have created, pressing Save. Finally, I save my recipe, which will automatically appear on my Oracle display. Now, simply by pressing on the recipe, I open Oracle, insert my product, close it, and the recipe will start automatically. Once the time is up, Oracle will notify me to remove the product. You can modify a personal recipe by going into the hat with the plus sign. Inside the icon with the hat and green pencil. And by searching for the recipe I want to modify. Once I've found the recipe, I just need to click on it and make the necessary changes. Once modified, I just need to click on Save to have my recipe with the modifications on my display. You can modify a LAINOX FCS recipe. To do this, I first need to duplicate it into a personal version. Simply, I just need to enter my recipe, press the 4 bars at the bottom right of the display and click Save. Oracle asks me if I want to create a personal recipe, and I click OK. At this point, it has named my recipe name. Now going back to the 4 horizontal bars, pressing on one of the 2 phases I want to modify, I can make changes to the LAINOX recipe. Going back, I press the 4 bars again and save the recipe by clicking the Save icon. At this point, I can start cooking by simply inserting the product, or exit this screen by pressing the back arrow. The creation and modification of recipes in Combi Wave mode and Airspeed Oven mode is done in the same way. The difference is that in Combi Wave mode, I modify and choose whether to work in convection, microwave or combined mode and set the different parameters, whereas in Airspeed Oven, I have the same preheat temperature for the recipe and then modify time, microwave amount and impingement to use. Within Oracle, you can also find the My Nabook section. Inside My Nabook, I can find some of the recipes from the LAINOX cloud called Nabook Plus. Specifically, within My Nabook, I can find some LAINOX recipes, my recipes, and I can download some LAINOX recipes. Now let's access the offline part of our cloud, namely My Nabook, by pressing the My Nabook icon at the top right of our screen. Various recipes will appear, which I can filter by category, FCS or personal, or search directly by name. At this point, some recipes will appear. To view a recipe, I just need to click on it and a series of information will appear, such as the context, the description of my recipe, the ingredients, preparation instructions, accessories, and finally a presentation image. To see the cooking mode, I just need to click on Cycles. I go back using the back arrow. At this point, if I like the recipe and it suits my needs, I can download this recipe from my Nabook directly to my display. To do this, I press and hold on my recipe. A small house will appear at the bottom where I transport my recipe, and automatically my recipe appears directly on my display. At this point, simply by pressing my recipe, I open Oracle, can insert my product, close it, and the recipe starts automatically. Then Oracle will notify me when the cooking time is over and I can remove my product. It is possible to permanently delete a recipe from within my Nabook. To do this, I just need to access my Nabook by pressing the icon at the top right of the screen. Looking for the recipe I want to delete. Then holding it down. The X icon will appear, which I then press. Oracle now asks me if I am sure to confirm this choice and therefore delete this recipe. By pressing delete, I will remove the recipe from my Nabook. It is possible to connect Oracle to the LAINOX cloud called Nabook Plus. Within Nabook Plus, we can find FCS and MCS recipes from LAINOX, but we can also directly create our own recipes, modify recipes, display recipes on our screen, and monitor the status of our Oracle. To connect Oracle Access to Nabook Plus, it will first be necessary to connect it to the Wi-Fi network. To do this, I just need to access the settings via the gear icon, then enter the Wi-Fi icon and activate the Wi-Fi. At this point, the list of all available Wi-Fi networks will appear. I just need to find the Wi-Fi network I prefer, press on it, and proceed with the connection. Then I just need to press Next to return to the initial Wi-Fi configuration page. At this point, I can go back and enter the cloud icon. Within this screen, I can register for Nabook Plus by entering my first name, surname, password, email, address, house number, postal number, city, province, country, and phone number. Accept the registration to Nabook Plus. At this point, I have created my Nabook Plus user. Once you've accepted the confirmation link from your email, you can enter your new credentials into Oracle Access. Then proceeding to log in and entering email and password. Once this data is entered, we press OK. At this point, the synchronization between my Oracle Access and LAINOX's Nabook Plus. Once Oracle Access is connected with our Nabook Plus credentials, we can access the cloud directly from the display. Once logged into Nabook Plus, I can access the cloud directly from Oracle Access. To do this, I just need to press the cloud icon. On the display now, on the left side I will find all the Oracle recipes present within Nabook Plus, while on the right side a small rectangle will allow me to download these recipes. To search for a recipe, I can do a word search or browse the recipe library. If I see a recipe that interests me, I can simply press on it to open it and view some information. The description, ingredients, preparation instructions, accessories, and finally a presentation image. By also clicking on the cycles icon, I can see how this product will be cooked. Going back. And now by selecting and holding the recipe and bringing it into the black rectangle, I can download the recipe. Then by pressing the cloud, arrow, and small Oracle icon, the download of this recipe from the Nabook Plus cloud will begin directly to my Nabook. To access the Oracle Access settings, I just need to select the gear icon. this point, a series of icons will appear allowing me to modify the Oracle settings, such as screen lock and device lock, user preferences, Wi-Fi connection, connection to Nabook Plus, date and time modification, data download via USB, updates, icon modification, energy monitor, contacts, and finally, technical support. To go back, I just need to press the back arrow and return to my home page. By accessing the padlock icon, it will be possible to activate or deactivate the profile. 3 different profile lock levels can be activated. Hard profile lock, where no modifications can be made and only the recipes displayed can be used. A profile lock that allows manual cooking as well, and a profile lock where recipes can be used. Access to Nabook Plus is possible, but certain settings parts cannot be accessed or recipes created or modified. Finally, within this page, I can also modify the preheating temperature set in high-speed oven mode. Pressing the back arrow will save the changes you've made. Modify user preferences. I just need to press the icon with the little figure and the gear within the bulb icon. I can modify the display brightness or deactivate the energy saving of my monitor. By pressing the back arrow, the changes made will be saved. Pressing inside the volume icon allows me to raise or lower the volume level and enable up to 9 different sounds for various alarms or cooking completion that may appear during the use of my Oracle XS. Moreover, I can activate or deactivate the sound for door opening or deactivate the sound for manual cooking standby. Pressing back saves the changes made. Within the globe icon, it's possible to change the language used for Oracle XS and modify the unit of measurement for temperature, Celsius or Fahrenheit. To save changes, it's necessary to press Save. At this point, I can go back. By pressing the Wi-Fi icon, Oracle XS can be connected to the Wi-Fi network. Activating the connection search will display a list of available Wi-Fi networks to which I can then connect. Pressing Next. I will return to the main page. Pressing the back arrow will save the changes made. By pressing the cloud icon, it's possible to register to the Nabook Plus cloud or log in with the email and password credentials I've already created. Once the email and password are entered, I can access my Nabook Plus profile. To go back, I just need to press the back arrow. By pressing the clock icon, I can modify the date and the time of the Oracle XS operating system. When I access Nabook Plus and thus connect Oracle XS to the internet, the modification will be made automatically based on the area I am in. To save changes, I just need to press the back arrow. Within the USB key icon, I can download some data such as hacked data information, backup and user preferences. Let's download the hacked data, for example. To do this, I will need a USB key which I will position under our Oracle XS. I will then remove the suction filter from Oracle XS and insert my USB key into the USB port located at the bottom. Once the USB stick is inserted, I'll just need to press Hack, select the start and end, then the dates I want to export my hacked data, and finally press Save. Automatically, Oracle XS will export the hacked data for the selected period into an Excel file, which I can then consult on my PC. To go back, just press the back arrow. By pressing the icon with two arrows, I can check the necessary updates to be made within my Oracle XS. In particular, I can update the software interface, the software base. Carry out a complete software update or update the user manual. Once the necessary updates are made, I just need to press the back arrow to return to the main screen. By clicking this icon, I will be able to modify some settings of the home page. In particular, the size small or large, extend the screen view, not display the backup message, remove all recipes from the home page, or only insert the default LAINOX recipes. Finally, I will be able to choose whether to view or not. Manual cooking. With B-Wave, by pressing the back arrow, I will have the opportunity to return to the home page. By accessing this icon, it is possible to view the energy monitor of Oracle XS. In particular, I will be able to view the energy consumption for the last operation, then for the last recipe made, or up to 12 months of time. For example, let's see the consumption over the last 7 days. Oracle is showing me how much energy it has consumed per single day and for the total of the week. On the left side, it will show it numerically, while on the right side, thanks to a graph. To go back, I'll just need to touch the back arrow. By pressing inside the icon with the phone, you can access the contacts section. In particular, we could see the chef support contact, or I can enter the number of my trusted service technician. To go back and save the settings, I'll just need to touch the back arrow. Once the working day is finished, it will be possible to turn off and proceed with the cleaning of Oracle. To do this, simply press the shutdown icon of Oracle. Proceed with cooling the chamber, and then move on to cleaning procedures. Once Oracle XS is turned off, you can proceed with the cleaning operation. We'll just need to open the Oracle door, remove the hob, making sure it's not too hot, and remove the Oracle washer box, first taking it off the walls and then sliding it out from below. The Oracle washer box of Oracle XS allows easy cleaning and installation. For cleaning, we just need to wipe it with a damp cloth or rinse it under water with a mild detergent to restore it, and thus achieve complete cleaning. Once our Oracle washer box is cleaned, we fold it and reinsert it inside, first from the bottom, and then fitting it into the upper side part. Okay. Reinsert the hob and we close the Oracle door and we are ready to start working again. For the Oracle M and Oracle XL version, a dedicated Oracle washable box is available, as well as a dedicated Oracle door cover for the protection of the door interior. To clean the exterior of Oracle XS, it will be sufficient to use a damp cloth and a steel cleaner for the steel parts and a glass cleaner for the display part. Be careful not to use abrasive sponges that could damage your screen or the steel part. To avoid damage to Oracle XS, we recommend using only trays and containers specified in the user manual. This is because the use of containers or utensils containing metals such as steel or aluminium, when exposed to microwave action, could cause irreversible damage to Oracle XS. We also advise against the use of plastic containers when using the high-speed oven mode because with the very high temperature inside Oracle's chamber, these components could melt and thus damage the internal surface of your Oracle XS. Regarding regular cleaning and therefore the suction filter system, the filters are located at the front of our Oracle. They are magnetic filters and can therefore be easily extracted. I check the cleanliness and, if necessary, I can also wash them in the dishwasher. In the Oracle M and Oracle XL versions, the suction filters are also located on the side of the equipment. As for cleaning these filters, Oracle Coach will advise me when it's necessary to perform such cleaning. To reposition the filter, it can easily be placed back in the access door. Thank you for watching this Oracle XS video tutorial. If you have any doubts, questions, or require clarifications, you can visit the LAINOX website at LAINOX.com. On the LAINOX website, you will find a section called LAINOX Support where you can submit your question, and LAINOX Support will provide an answer based on the issue you've presented. Our Pronto Chef service is also active. You can email us at chef.support@lainox.com. I invite you to follow us on all our social media pages to stay updated on LAINOX events and news. Best regards.